Hey guys, Avi here, and welcome back to TheCodex. In this video, we're going to be continuing our Git and GitHub series, learning all about GitHub Branches and how to create our very own branches in the GitHub repository we just created. Let's get started. So first thing first, guys, I want to explain what actually are branches and how you can basically visualize them. So I'm going to first draw the structure of what our current GitHub repository looks like. We started off with our very initial commit right over there. And then we added one commit, which was this thing. We added our shopping list. So I'm going to call this commit number 1, okay? And then we had one more commit in which we added cereal to our shopping list. So I'm going to call this commit number 2, okay? So we have this sort of structure so far where this was our initial commit. And then we added 2 more commits on top of that. And now the question is, what can we do from here? Imagine I had a couple of friends and I told my friends, hey, add whatever you want to this shopping list. Now, one way they can do this is obviously start adding commits to my own shopping list, but I told them, hey, no, create your own duplicate shopping list and work on that. That's exactly where branches come into play. So let's say I have a friend called Jake, and what Jake did is he took this commit, my commit number 2, my latest commit, and what he did was he took this commit and he branched out from this commit. He took this line and he said, okay, I'm going to start working on my own Jake shopping list. So our current shopping list has like 6 items. It has apples, carrots, and we added cereal. Let's say Jake takes our repository and modifies our shopping list to add one more item. So now what he's done is he's effectively created his own Jake shopping list, and that's his branch. And inside of this, let's say he commits his changes. So this can be Jake's commit, and that's in his own branch. So in the same time, if I remember some more items that I want to add to my own shopping list, I can be adding more and more commits right over here. So that's my 3rd commit. I can have one more commit. The list goes on and on. Jake has his own shopping list that started off at this point right over here. And then all Jake can do now is have his own trend of commits for whenever he wants to add stuff to his own shopping list. Say I had another friend, Amy, and Amy took from my 2nd commit, she branched out and started her own shopping list, Amy's shopping list, that had my 6 items plus whatever she wanted to add. Let's say for her items, she wanted to add radishes and beets. So she created a commit for those changes, and this would be Amy's commit in her own branch. So what we can see over here, guys, is how through the concept of branches, you can have this amazing network of different situations, different types. Maybe you want to work on a different feature, a different thing. You can have all these different branches for different features that you're working on. And similarly, different people contributing on the same project can have branches for their own work. So I'm sure you're wondering, okay, I have my own shopping list. There's Jake's shopping list. There's Amy's shopping list. How does it all come together? I told Jake, hey, I want to see your changes in my document. That's where something known as merging comes into play. If you have one branch and you have the master branch or the default branch, you can go ahead and combine another branch to the master branch or vice versa through the concept of merging. So what Jake can do now is, let's say he had one more commit right over here. He can now go ahead and let's say this is my final iteration of my shopping list. He can merge his commits to my master branch. And Amy can take her commits and merge it to my master branch. So this is exactly the flow of branches in GitHub. You have your own default master branch. Again, it doesn't have to be called master. It can be called anything you want. And then on top of that, you have different branches that come out from different commits, have that exact same information at that point in time, has different changes, and then you can merge that back into your master branch. So that was it for this sort of text decoration. Let's go ahead and go into the actual GitHub webpage and take a look at how we can implement branches in GitHub. All right, so here we have our GitHub intro project, guys. And right now, the first thing that I want to point out to you is what our current branch is. Right now, it says branch:master. And if I select on it, I can actually create a branch right over here. So going back to our iPad example, we had Jake's shopping list and Amy's shopping list. So let's say that Jake wanted to go ahead and take my current shopping list and add items to it. What he can do is create a branch right over here called Jake shopping list. Now again, it can be called anything you want, but as soon as I type that, it says right over here, create branch: Jake shopping list. So once you go ahead and click that, guys, you'll notice right now that my branch is now Jake's shopping list. And if I click on it, I can switch between Jake's shopping list and my own shopping list master. So now what I can do, guys, is click on the shopping list.txt in my Jake shopping list file and edit this file. So imagine I'm Jake now and I see this shopping list and Avi told me, hey, add something to the shopping list. I'm going to go down and be like, okay, what do I want to get? Let's say I add something like, I don't know, what's another fruit we can do? Cucumbers, or we can do something like radishes, okay? And so we have over here now that Jake added these two items to his shopping list. Now let's go ahead and commit these changes. When these changes are committed, Jake has added items to his shopping list. We can take a look at over here. We can either commit directly to Jake's shopping list branch, or we can create a new branch for this commit. So at any point in time, guys, whenever you're committing something to a repository, you can always create a new branch for that situation. So go ahead and commit these changes. And now what we can go ahead and see is that in Jake's shopping list, let's go back to GitHub intro, Jake's shopping list now has a new commit, 4 commits, that has initial commit, adding our shopping list, added cereal, and Jake has added items to his shopping list. So one thing I want to show you guys where you can actually visualize the sort of chart I drew on the iPad was if you go to Insights, and then if you go to something called Network, you can actually see what's going on over here. So we have my master branch, which had the initial commit, adding our shopping list, and then adding cereal to our shopping list. And then we have Jake's shopping list, which branched out from master and now has an initial commit. Jake has added items to his shopping list. Right now, I can still add items to my master shopping list if I wanted to, or I can create another branch. But for now in this video, guys, I'm going to show you how we can combine Jake's shopping list to master. So what we're going to go back to do is go back to GitHub intro, and you're going to see over here Jake's shopping list, compare and pull request. When you want to merge one branch to another branch, you have to create something called a pull request. And what a pull request basically means is you're merging whatever the initial branch had with your final branch, and you're combining the two sort of code repositories. By doing so, our shopping list will be updated with Jake's changes. So let's go ahead and do that right now. If you click this compare and pull request, that's going to go ahead and create this pull request that's taking our Jake shopping list and throwing it into our base master. You see this able to merge, that means that there are no merge conflicts. Once we actually get merge conflicts, I'll be showing you how to deal with them. So I'm going to go ahead and say Jake has added his items to the shopping list, and I'm going to go ahead and create this pull request. So by doing so, I now have the ability to merge this one commit that Jake had into my master branch. I know what you're wondering, why go through all the steps? Why not just merge it right away? Well, the thing is that by creating this pull request, I can now have someone from my team review this pull request and be like, okay, is the code that Jake committing to master good? Does it make sense? Is it accurate? You can go through a bunch of checks and ensure that master doesn't get ruined. I, of course, know that Jake's shopping list is fine since I wrote it, and now what I can go ahead and do is scroll down over here and merge pull request. So by merging this pull request and confirming this merge, what I've done is I've taken Jake's changes, which he added 2 items to his shopping list, and I added that to my master branch. So as you can see right over here, the curryman merged commit this commit ID into master just now. So what we did, guys, is we created our branch, which was Jake's shopping list. We added a commit to that shopping list, which was Jake's, and then we merged it back into master. So now if I go into my commits, I can see right over here, initial, adding our shopping list, adding cereal. This is what Jake did. So Jake added his items to his shopping list, and then we merged a pull request from Jake's shopping list branch to our master branch. So now our master branch is up to date. If we go back to Insights and Network, we can see right over here, if I zoom in, that Jake's shopping list had his own branch, he had a commit, and then he merged it back to master. Fantastic job, guys. That was GitHub Branches in a nutshell. Just remember, branches are very useful when you want to work on a separate feature, when you want to work on your own thing, and then later on, once that feature is done, you can merge it back to master. I'll be discussing merges and pull requests in more detail in the next video, but this was a very brief introduction. If you're enjoying the series, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.